Hello my friends, I'm Brett Larkin, and in this quick class we are going to do some specific poses that I've picked out for us to really help with indigestion, constipation, bloating, when you just feel like, ugh, I cannot do a normal yoga practice right now with like sun salutations, but you know that you're gonna feel better if you move around a little bit. That's what this practice is, and it's exactly what I've designed it for. We're gonna start on our backs. So to get started, just come to lie down. So that should be a pretty easy first challenge if you're not feeling so hot. And we're gonna just start with taking a really easy twist here on the ground. So I want you to press the soles of your feet into the mat as a first step. Lift your hips, take them an inch to the left, and then you have two options, okay? You can just let your knees fall to the right, or you can double wrap your left leg over your right. Now, even when I'm not feeling so hot, I personally like double wrapping the legs, but this is really personal. So just come into this gentle twist and take your arms in a cactus shape. So goalpost arms. So elbows are in line with your shoulders. Take a deep breath in and out. And you can breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth for these first twists, or in and out both through the nose. Now, one thing I want you to focus on is just having the twist be loose. So if you think of the twist as like a coil, a tight twist I think of as like the knees being up by my face. We want to do the opposite of that here. We kind of want to take it easy. So I'm kind of lengthening my knees down towards the bottom of the mat. So it's just a loose twist. I'm like not trying to do the most intense twist of my life right now. And then this is just as much about the chest opening as it is about the lower body. So really breathe in fully. I want you to actually see and feel your chest expand, and then exhale all the way, let it go, nose or mouth. Good, 3 more like that, huge inhale. So feel your belly inflate, feel your chest rise, breathe in all the way. And then exhale, open the mouth or just sigh it out. Nose or mouth. Last one. Good. Just maybe do one more on your own. Good. And then just bring the feet back to center. Press the soles of the feet into the mat again. Lift your hips, find center, and then take the hips an inch to the right. And then again, knees can just fall left. You know, nice if you can stack the knees, but for today, like no big deal. We just want to get the body moving a little bit. And of course, you can double wrap right over left, which is what I like to do. Good, and just find your twist here, making sure to keep the legs kind of uncoiled. And just really focusing on the breath. So breathing in, belly, ribs, chest expand. Feel the chest broaden, exhale. Just like gravity kind of have the knees. Breathing in again, super big. Belly, ribs, chest. Feel and see your chest get bigger. Then exhale all the way. So this is a nice position to really test your breathing, because as you inhale, you should see your chest inflate. See your breast lift, breastbone lift, exhale. Last one on your own. Good. And take your time. Do one more breath here if you like. We're slowly making our way back to center. Good, and then just pull the knees into the chest. So make sure your pelvis is neutral. So I pressed my feet into the mat and just kind of, made sure I wasn't tilted to the left or right. We're just in neutral now and just pulling the knees into the chest. Okay, and this is a simple one, but very effective, especially for digestive stuff. Just gonna pull the right knee towards the right shoulder now and let the left leg go long. So I've let the left leg go out of my clasp. It's still extremely active. I have the toes pointing up straight towards the ceiling, my left thigh bone's grounding down. So this leg is definitely not just, a dead limb. But I've let it go long, keep it active, and then pull the right knee into the chest. And then pull the right knee over to the right shoulder. So really pull it in with all your might, like your hand should almost hurt a little bit. You're pulling in so much. So it's an extreme pull in. And you kind of want to think of the knee angling towards the right shoulder instead of like directly into your chest or breast, right? So pull it over to the right knee. And hold it in a few more deep cycles of breath. Again, making sure to see the chest rise and fall with every inhale, every exhale. Good. Keep the left leg active, toes point up. Good, and then just gently switch. So let the right leg go long, toes point up, left knee pulls into the chest, and then out towards the left shoulder. So again, really squeeze it down. You should really be feeling it in your fingers and hands as well as you, I like to interlock and interlace my fingers like this, really pull the knee down towards the left shoulder. Keep the right foot active. Think of pressing the right thigh bone into the ground. Right toes point up. Another 3 deep breaths. Just see the breath moving across the chest. Chest inflates. Exhale, just think let go. Good. 2 more big breaths. Last breath. Good. Let both legs go long. I want you to come up onto your elbows. Just very gently transition yourself into a seat in which your right heels are off to your right. So if you were sitting on your heels, you just go over to the left, and now your heels are to the right. And you can just keep your legs right like this, or you can kind of place the sole of one foot in the other. So I'll sort of show what this looks like from behind. And then you're just gonna look at the left arm and take it up and over for a really big side stretch. Make sure to press now into your right hand so you're not just kind of collapsing and falling over. So there's energy in your right hand pressing the floor away, and then spiral your left shoulder over your right. And what we're looking for is a really deep, nice stretch in the left side body. And breathe in deep. And exhale all the way. Glue the left shoulder down your back. And I really like doing side stretches when I'm not feeling well because they just feel really good on the body, but it's not like a lot of up and down or putting your head below your stomach, which can sometimes feel not that good in these situations. 2 more deep breaths, just enjoying the side stretching of gliding the shoulders down. Good, let's switch to the other side. So you'll come on the heels and then just sit off, this time to the right. And again, you can kind of nestle the feet like I showed on the other side. Gently put the left foot on top of the right, or however you want to do it, and then you'll just take the right arm up and over. Big side stretch, second side. Look up. Just imagine your ribs getting bigger and broader. I like to imagine my side ribs are like an accordion and you're just breathing more space into them. So huge inhale, huge exhale. Good, last one, big in. Big out. I lied, one more. Huge in. Good. Huge out. Come down. Nice. Now let's take it to all fours. Good. And we're just going to hit a child's pose first. So I want you to get your knees really nice and wide and then just set your seat down on the heels. Just rest fully. Breathe into the hips and low back. Exhale all the way. Good, breathe in big. Exhale all the way. So we're gonna do a little variation on all fours. So instead of traditional cat-cow, which we'll do in a moment, we're just gonna start with this. So I just want you to kind of take your hips to the left and up and around and then over to the right. So you're just gonna make some gentle circles. So I really also like this one when I'm not feeling well or I'm really full because I'm not really asking my stomach or core to do that much, but I really am loosening up the hips. So just like we just loosened up the side body, it's like we're kind of just attacking areas that aren't really our stomach or abs, and loosening those up in an effort to just feel better overall. So take the circles in the opposite direction now. So go down on the left and up on the right. So just kind of feeling into the hips. last two. Nice, and then come to all fours. Find a nice long spine. Spine is parallel to the floor. I'm gonna back up a little. And then I just am gonna come into puppy pose. So how that works is that my seat stays directly over my knees. So it's not child's pose. And instead I'm just gonna get a nice stretch in the chest here. So really spread your fingers as far apart, as wide apart as possible. Press your knuckles and the pads of your hands into the mat and just take a deep breath here. And a deep breath out. Good, deep breath in. Deep breath out. And the last one, so you should be feeling a stretch underneath your armpits. You're really pressing your hands into the mat, but knitting your front ribs and abs away from the mat. Good, and then come back up to all fours. Just reach the right hand high and thread it underneath the left. So we're gonna find puppy pose, but now with a twist. So we extend the left arm, the seat is still directly above the heels. And then I like to kind of take that left hand and use it to spiral myself into a twist. So you're twisting to the left. Now gently squeeze your inner thighs together like you were squeezing an imaginary block between your thighs. And just feel this nice rotation in the spine. It doesn't have to be super intense. You can always just, make it a little more relaxed with the arm long if that's feeling better. But if you can, I would encourage you to just begin knitting your front ribs away from the floor and finding this deeper twist so the left arm is really active. Good, last breath. Nice, and then if you're up for it, a little cat-cow. Inhale, up cat. Exhale, down cat. Good, two more. Inhale, up cat. Exhale, down cat, round. Lengthen your tailbone towards the space between your heels. Good, last one. Breathing in, keep the navel pulled in, just really broaden across the chest. Think of the heart pushing through the collarbones. Exhale, round. Good, come back to your flat back, reach the right arm high, and then thread it underneath you for the twist. So again, if you want to keep it a little more passive, you can just keep this right arm long. I'm going to encourage you, if you can, to just come up on the fingertips and just begin twisting yourself now to the right. And you'll notice as you twist, it's like your left sit bone sort of wants to drop down. Instead, I want you to keep both hips even. Imagine squeezing a block in between your inner thighs, lengthening your tailbone back, knitting your front ribs together. Find an in-breath here. Exhale, maybe twist a little more. Good, last one, breathe in. Breathe out. Good. Slowly come back to all fours. And now you have two choices. You can either do some up cats and down cats, so we'll all start with that. And then I'm gonna invite you after this next up cat, down cat, that if you feel like you want to, you can press back into a down dog. And we're just gonna hold down dog, not doing anything else, but just a simple down dog hold. So just keep going with cat-cow, or if you're feeling ready, move up on the mat. And then my next out breath, I'm just gonna press back. So okay to keep the knees insanely deeply bent. I'm just kind of emphasizing lengthen the spine here. Spread all the fingers as far apart as possible. Press your knuckles into the mat, and then you can keep the knees bent or just begin pedaling through the legs. Just bend one knee and then the other. And if you're in cat-cow, you can just alternate cat-cow, child's pose, and do the hip circles that we did. If you're with me in downward facing dog, listen carefully because this is way simpler than it sounds. I just want you to rise to your toes and then drop your heels to the left. So you're coming into a little twist in your dog. So both heels are just facing the left edge of your mat, and then come up onto your toes, and both heels drop to the right. Good, and you can do that a couple more times, just kind of trusting your own body, lifting up on the heels, dropping heels left. Make sure to press down equally through both hands and twist the heels to the left. And you might feel a little bit of a side body stretch. Remember to continue pressing your torso towards your thigh bones here. So even as you're twisting in the lower body, the upper body's still active, so you're chest is yearning towards your thighs in your down dog. Good, and then just find stillness, find your dog, maybe enjoy the stretch in the back of the legs for just a couple more moments. Bend one knee and then the other, and then sink into your child's pose. That was the apex of what we're gonna do. There's nothing more intense than that coming. Take the hips from side to side. Deep breaths in and out. I'm just kind of rocking the hips from one side to the other, and then use your hands to press yourself up. And continuing with our theme of twisting and detox, but keeping it pretty gentle, we're gonna have the left leg underneath us, the right heel on the outside of the right leg, and if that is too much, you can always keep the right leg straight. So if we want to start together, now that you know where we're going, you can start with both legs straight. You can draw the right knee into the chest, take it over the left knee, and then option one is just to hold the knee in with the left elbow. This is what I like to do, and then reach the right arm up and over, just to find a gentle little twist. And breathe in, think of length, tailbone to crown of head, exhale, twist deeper. Good, and if you liked that variation I showed where you have the ankle in, you can try that too. So just wherever you want to be, think inhale, length, exhale, twist more. And I'm really using the forearm and the elbow connected here to really pull and make this twist happen. Last 2 breaths. As you breathe in, think of a light from between your sitting bones to the crown of the head, getting taller. As you exhale, maybe just gently navigate the abs in. Good. And then we'll take it to the other side. So start extending the legs again. Shake them out if you need it. And then this time the left knee draws in. Left leg over the right knee. Make sure to keep this foot nice and flexed and active, just like we did on the floor. I'm gonna hug the left knee with the right forearm, reach the left arm up and over, and come into the twist. Breathe in, get long, exhale, twist deeper. Make sure that heel is active, this foot that's long is flexed, and of course, if you were wanting to come into the deeper variation, if you're not already there, you can do that as well. Feel both sits bones ground into the mat. As you breathe in, think length, tailbone to crown of head. A ball moves up the spine, ball of light, just get tall. Exhale, twist deeper. Draw your abs back. Good. One more like that. Notice if you're really twisting or yearning with the head, try to let that go. Just let the neck be neutral. So you can even look to the front if you want. Good. After your last deep, deep inhale, exhale completely. Good. Let the legs go long again. Move them side to side. We'll just take a little Baddha Konasana, so soles of the feet touch. Inhale, get long. Exhale, fold, and this is just a prep for what's going to be our final pose in a moment, which is Malasana squat pose. So when I show Malasana in a moment, if you find that you can't do it or it's not accessible for you right now, you can just stay here in Baddha Konasana instead. So soles of feet touch, and then I'm taking my hands to the floor and just kind of gently rocking side to side. I'm just finding that feels good on my low back. Which is an area that can be always tightening up when we have any health issue. So in this little tiny short sequence, we've really hit some key areas. You know, we've opened the side body, the hips, and now the low back. Stretch the back of the legs. And then of course you can just stay here doing that. Or for our last pose, you can come into Malasana squat pose. So you want to have your feet about hip width apart. Your toes point out on a 45-degree angle. And you just bring your hands to prayer. And you start pressing your knees back with your elbows and then shoot your heart up towards the ceiling so you're nice and tall. And if this isn't accessible, you can always kind of be more up here and kind of rock from side to side. Or you can place a blanket or a cushion underneath your feet if the heels of your feet don't get to the floor. So sliding something under here to make this more accessible if your heels don't come down is also a good idea. We're just going to take 5 deep breaths here to finish. So breathe in, breathe out nose or mouth. So kind of just like we did with the twists, inhaling big, and exhaling, letting everything release through the nose or the mouth as you will. And if you're still in Baddha Konasana, that's totally fine. Just press your elbows into your knees if you're with me in the squat. And then again, glide your shoulders down your back. And just feel your chest lift. Your heart gets a little taller. Last 2 breaths. Final breath. Big in, feel your chest expand. Exhale, maybe just draw the groin up and in. Get all the stale air out. Good, and then you can just kind of roll back and come back to either Baddha Konasana or just a simple cross-legged seat. And I encourage you to just take a couple more poses if something's calling your name and you think would feel good and help you. I really hope you feel better. And, you know, just take a moment to just notice how the body maybe feels different even after doing such simple poses for really not a long amount of time at all. I think it personally makes a really big difference. So I hope you feel better. I hope to see you in another of my classes soon. Give me a comment below. Let me know how you're doing, if this helped. And please like this video if you enjoyed this class at all. That really helps me out a lot. And subscribe to my channel. That also really helps me, and it makes sure that you never miss a video, never miss a class. From my heart to yours, namaste.